In real estate, cash flow is king. One of the best ways to collect cash flow is through commercial real estate. Today, we're in Raleigh, North Carolina, but we're gonna walk through a few commercial properties and talk about how Mr. James Montague was able to go from being a barber to a multi-millionaire real estate investor. And also, how you can do the same thing. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Jamel Gibbs, your family-oriented entrepreneur. Welcome to this video. So look, before we get started, there's a couple of things I wanted to address. A lot of newbie real estate investors, when they're setting up their business, they still do things the old way. Professionals try their best to automate their business. And since we're talking about cash flow today, and we're talking about collecting a lot of cash flow on a lot of different commercial properties, you want to do your best to get set up right from jump. The best way to do that is through the sponsor of this video, Baselane. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, Baselane has state-specific lease agreements built right into the system. So I can literally go into the software, get a state-compliant lease agreement, have it e-signed, and stored right within the platform. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so as you can see, I'm in the Baselane account, and in order to get to this page, all you gotta do is go to the side panel here, scroll down to where it says lease agreements, and click on it. Once you click on that, this page will pop up. It says state-specific lease agreements. So you see you'll get state-specific lease agreements, which allows you to stay compliant with lawyer-vetted templates for every state. They're customizable, and they're 100% online. In order to get access to it, all you got to do is click on New Lease Agreement, and if you want to view a template of it, you can view that right here. So for example, if I click on Preview Template, this is a New York lease agreement. You can scroll down and read through it, make sure it's compliant, and take it from there. But if you wanted to set up a brand new lease agreement, again, click on New Lease Agreement right here. Click on either draft agreement and e-sign, which is what I recommend, or you can even upload your own agreement. That's completely optional. So for the purposes of this particular video, let's click on draft agreement. Let's put in a fictitious address like 123 Main Street, anywhere in North Carolina, 12345. I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. Click on continue. Put down the dates that you want the lease to start and end. Put down a rent amount. So for example, if I wanted to start, let's say December 1st, 2025, and I wanted to end December 1st, 2026, I'll put that. Let's say I want $2,500 a month in rent on the first of every month. I'll go ahead and click on continue. Then I'm going to add the tenant details. So I'll go ahead and fill that out, click on continue, and follow the steps. It's really simple. You'll get a copy of the template. It'll send the copy out to the email address you put right here for the tenant. And ultimately, you'll be able to get an e-signature and have everything stored right within the platform. So as you can see, Baselane is really easy to use. All you got to do is get started. In order to do that, click on the link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and jump into the content. What's going on, James?
What's going on, brother? How you doing,
man?
All right, good.
Good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
So I know I had you on a farm hacking episode recently.
Right.
And there was more to the story.
Right.
There was a lot more that I think people are going to benefit from.
Absolutely.
So you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So James Montague, F7 International Development. Sorry, it's a little loud. This is not the country. This is the city here.
Hey.
Big city of Raleigh.
We're all right with that.
So we're at my first shopping center here. This is called Statue Side Business Plaza. I built this in 1997. So it's like 20-something years ago.
You said this was the first one?
Almost 30 years ago. This was the first one.
First one, man.
So I built this place, bought the land. It was 3 acres. Didn't know what I was doing. But again, I stuck with it, had faith in God, and just followed the path that God laid out for me. And it turned out pretty good.
So this is your first real estate project ever?
My first development project ever. I bought houses before, but this is my first commercial development ever, yes.
So when you were buying houses, were you considered an investor at that point, or?
I was just doing stuff. I didn't consider myself, I was just doing stuff because I was doing hair. So I started out in the salon, and that's what I thought I'd be doing.
Yeah.
Didn't know I'd be actually getting into a big development back in the days.
So is this the salon that you started off in?
Correct. Well, this is the one that I built but I was in places that I rent before, but this is my first one that I actually own.
Now, I know you told me a little bit about this story. How much land is this again?
This is 3 acres.
3 acres of land. Now, you got this for
$67,000.
$67,000.
Yeah.
And this led you into being able to get a loan
Right.
that allowed you to build this.
So when I got it, it was $65,000.
$65,000.
So I bought it for $65,000.
How did you get it for $65,000, by the way?
So I actually, man, it was a long story, but again, God was in the beginning of it, and God is always in the end. But I was blessed with an opportunity to buy this land by just paying off the taxes of what was owed on it. Didn't even know that was a thing. Didn't even know really it was for sale. I just know that God had given me a vision to show me this was available, and it was mine. So then I took and got it appraised. The appraisal came back at $375,000, which gave me over $300,000 in equity. I used that equity as my down payment for the first building.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then that allows you to get the loan, because you had the down payment at that point.
That allowed me to get the loan and actually do the first portion, which was half of the building, get that one done, get it leased up. Then I did the phase 2, which is the rest of the building, which is 13,000 square feet. So totally the building is like 20,000 square feet.
Now, this is 30 years ago, so the credit system, how did that work with you or against you back then?
So I had decent credit because I had never really went out there and got behind on a bunch of stuff. Now, when I started into the project, credit got bad because I was actually trying to do stuff and make moves.
Yeah.
So the credit went down, but I was at least able to get the loan.
And with the credit situation, did that slow you down, or did that? How did that affect you?
So the credit
to grow.
It wasn't necessarily the credit that slowed me down. It was the fact that I didn't understand how to assemble a package that the bank wants to see. So again, I had to go to 17 different banks, and the 18th bank approved me. But in learning the process, that's what slowed me down. It wasn't necessarily the credit. It was I didn't understand the process. I didn't understand the procedures on how to actually submit a proposal to the bank.
So if somebody has less than par credit, and we're talking to a lot of beginners right now. So if somebody has less than par credit, should that stop them from pursuing real estate? So
what I would do if I had less than par credit, I wouldn't let that stop me. What I do is I find a joint venture partner that has strong credit, and I can joint venture with the person, and they can bring their credit to the deal. Or if your finances is lower, get somebody that's got stronger finances. So we got to start thinking more strategic and understand the partner of strategic alliances and partnerships. And that's what I would do nowadays. I wouldn't let it stop me. I would get somebody that was as strong or stronger than me to come in with me, and then we could partner and then split the pie.
Split the pie. And I'm that's one of my key ways of buying real estate. When I need to come to the table with more, I'm looking for partnerships.
Absolutely.
Or creative finance.
Right.
Where you partner with the owner.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you didn't let the credit stop you. Your credit was good enough to be able to get the loan to be able to build this.
Right.
What did this cost to build, if you mind me asking?
When I built this one, it was, I think, $1.2 million. And again, that was back in the 90s, so that was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
But I mean, for right now, this building's worth like $4 million, just as it sits, right? Because you couldn't build anything for $1 million. The land by itself, I think the land value now is like $2 million for the land alone.
Yeah.
So it's a couple million for the building and a couple million for the land. It's like, wow. So if I had to start today, it'd be a whole different story.
For sure.
Thankfully, I got in at the time.
You said the land was how much today?
Today's like $2 million.
And you got it for $65,000.
I got $65,000.
Yeah.
So it appreciated tremendously. Yeah.
And then you put these businesses in here. Obviously, you're able to collect cash flow from that.
Absolutely.
And that raises the value of the property.
Bro. And I, this is the thing. You got to think about it. These tenants have been here for over 30 years. 30 years, that's a long time.
Treat them good, man.
I treat them really good.
Yeah.
They call me anytime. I'm answering the call.
One thing I love about what you did, and I saw you do this at the other property too. We're going to visit that in a little bit. I see you out here picking stuff up off the floor.
Yes, sir.
Taking pride in your property, man.
You got to, man. If you don't take pride in your stuff, who else is going to do it?
That's right. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you out here, you see something on the ground, pick it up. They see you do that, they're going to do the same thing.
Right. And I've had people ask me, man, you own the building. Why are you picking up trash? I'm like, you asking the wrong question.
Yeah.
Why are you questioning me for picking up trash at my building?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Why shouldn't I pick up? If I see something that don't look right on my building, I'm going to say, oh, that needs to be fixed immediately. I ain't got to call nobody and say, oh, I got to hire somebody to come over here and pick up this thing off the ground. Come on, bro.
That's right, man.
So,
again, one thing I love about what you were talking about was getting into the mindset of partnerships. A lot of us, a lot of us want complete ownership, but sometimes especially when you're first getting started, you need that partner. A lot of us, when we look for money to buy a house, we go to a bank. The bank becomes our partner.
Right.
Why do we allow partnerships to stop us from being able to grow when it comes to regular people? Why do you think people think that way?
I think because people are not used to the mindset of us working together.
Right.
They operate in silos, and you shouldn't have to operate in a silo. We should operate as a unit. And when you operate as a unit, you get more done.
Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah. So you got a couple of businesses in here.
Yeah.
I know you got the barbershop down there that you used to work in.
Yeah, barbershop, my beauty salon, nail place, really nice nail place, a spa here called a Pink Beauty Bar, law offices, child care center, got a great event center, tattoo shop, and then the rest of the building is a daycare center.
Got it.
Yeah, and she's been here, man, since 1997.
So long-term tenants, obviously, that's because you're treating them good.
Right.
And is it really about, especially when it comes to cash flow, when we want to appreciate the value of the building, we need to increase the rents.
Right.
How often are you doing that with your tenants, though?
I don't really do that often. And the reason why is because they've been here so long.
That's where I was getting at.
Yeah. I'm not doing that on like the older buildings. I mean, I do it some, but not a lot, man.
And that's my point. They've been here for so long.
Right.
And the part of the reason they've been here for so long is because you treat them good.
Right.
And it's affordable for them.
Right. Correct.
So you allow them to stay in business.
Right.
And then when it's time if you ever decided to sell, then you can have that discussion at that point.
Right.
But, in the meantime, you treat people the way you want to be treated.
Right.
You don't boost up the rent on them.
Right.
And they stay long-term.
Right.
A long-term tenant is better than a short-term stay.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like I said, a lot of them been here over 30 years, so that's what I like about it.
Do you own any of these businesses besides the salon?
Just a salon.
Just a salon.
Yeah, everything else is a hands-off transaction.
And it pretty much pays for itself.
Pays for itself.
Love it, man. All right, now one of the businesses in James Montague's strip mall right here is an event center. That's another way to get some cash flow in real estate. A lot of you guys are interested in event spaces. So I'm gonna go in here, we're gonna talk to the owners of this event space and see how they doing in their business. Let's go. All right, so we here with Miss Taisha and Miss Shanika. They run this event space in Mr. Montague's strip mall here. And I just wanted to share some of their story and also talk about, what they're doing behind the scenes so that you can duplicate and implement what they're doing in order to be able to do it for yourself as well. All right. So how y'all doing today?
I'm doing great. Doing
All right,
great.
good. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, as you said, my name is Taisha Harris Fall, and this is my sister, Shanika Spate Jones. And we have a corporation called FamWorks LLC. It's a family-owned corporation that's ran by myself, my sister, and my daughter. And we have a couple of divisions up under that, the event center being one of them. We also have a tax business, Innovative Tax and Accounting, and next door is our salon called Simply Chic Studios.
Got it. So you got a salon. Is this the
Tax business?
tax business, and then you got the event center. So you got a one-stop shop here.
We do, and we also have the HR component that my sister is building out. So we have a lot going on.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about the event space. How does that work?
The event space houses, you can have an event here, any type of event. It's a DIY type of center, so it's very vanilla, so you can always come in with your own DJ, your own food, make it your own. It rents for about $135 to $150 an hour, depending on the event. And we have different specials that go on for it. Will sit 75 people seated and 100 people standing.
Nice. So you got about 75 people with 100 people capacity.
Capacity, right.
Pretty much. And that's on site right here?
That's on site right here.
Mind if we take a look?
No, we sure can. Want to go this way first?
Sure.
Okay.
After you.
Thank you.
Maybe.
So how did you start this business up?
So we started doing events back in 2009, just basically for family and friends, and it kind of grew from there. And as we did the events, we decided that we wanted to have an event center where we could host our own events, plus rent it out for the neighborhood. This came to fruition with Mr. Montague back in 2021? 21. And he called and said, hey, I have the perfect place for you. And then we kind of built it out, took it from a shell to what it was. This is our, what's it called?
This is in our bonus room.
Bonus room.
Right.
Got it.
And then we don't have a kitchen where you can cook, but you have a catering kitchen.
Okay.
A catering kitchen consists of a warmer, a refrigerator, and a microwave. And you can have your food back here.
Got it. So you got the bonus room, you got the kitchen. If they wanted to serve food, what type of events are you hosting here right now?
So we've been hosting bridal showers, micro weddings, baby showers, milestone birthday parties, sweet 16, graduation parties.
Everything.
We started last year, did repasts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's really a one-stop
It's a
shop
shop
for
right.
event centers and stuff for event space and things like that. So in addition to that, you mentioned that you have the tax place and you got...
We have the tax business.
Now, the tax business, is it an offset of this business or
No, the tax business is separate on its
completely
own.
separate? And then you got the other space over here.
Simply Chic Studios. That came into formation in January of this year.
Okay. And what do you actually do there?
So we just own it, but we have stylists that come. They're subcontractors.
So it's a hair salon.
It's a hair salon.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So awesome. So you guys, you're not necessarily a hair stylist,
We're not
we don't do
hairstylists
hair.
at
We
all.
do not do
just the
hair.
business owner.
That's the business owner.
Hey, that's joint venturing at its best.
Right.
Right? So you don't have to own something. You know, me and James was just talking about partnering, thinking a little larger than yourself, especially when it comes to credit and cash and things like that. Sometimes you don't necessarily need to be the owner of everything. You can be a partner in it. Or you don't need to be the expert. If I wanted to open up a hospital, I got a friend who had a healthcare center. He's not a doctor, right? He was just the owner of the healthcare center, and they were able to build a multi-million-dollar healthcare facility based off of his ownership. But he's not a doctor. You can do the same exact thing. Start thinking bigger. Start thinking outside of what you're into yourself and start expanding the way you think. And at the end of the day, you'll be able to put anything together, especially with strategic partnerships. This is the main room, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. So this is the part where all the magic happens. This is where everyone comes and they set up the bulk of their party. And the tables and chairs is where they serve their guests and where all the entertainment actually happens.
Got it. So you got the main room, the bonus room, you got the kitchen.
Yes.
And this is everything everybody needs in order to be able, and like you said, you have a host of different events.
Right.
And if they wanted to get in contact, which I know you're in Raleigh, if you're in Raleigh, make sure you check them out. How would they get in contact with you guys?
They can get in contact with us on Facebook at The Platinum, or they can call 984-232-0023
There you
to
go.
book your event.
And it's the Platinum on Facebook?
The Platinum.
The Platinum. So look, if you guys are in Raleigh and you're looking for an event space, make sure you check them out. It's the Platinum on Facebook. Reach out to them or call the number she just provided for you.
So next is our newest venture. It's called Simply Chic Studios. We started this in January 2025.
And this is the hair salon.
This is the hair salon. It's right next door to the event center.
Cool. Can we check it out? You know what's so funny? You don't know me, but I'm gonna tell you, I used to be a barber. That's how I started off.
Okay.
While I was getting into real estate, just like James, I was a barber. And when I was in high school, I had my first barber shop, 11th, 12th grade, but I partnered with somebody. So that's why I was strategically talking about partnerships in the other spot.
Right.
I partnered with somebody who had money. I didn't have money when I was a kid.
Right.
And he didn't have the expertise on how to cut hair, but I did. Right. And he put up the money for me to open up my first barbershop, and we just split the money.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So, the fact that you have a salon, I got a soft spot for that.
Yes. So all the stylists have their own studios. that they can lock and have their personal area. There's a common area for the washroom. But all the studios are personal. You get your own private studio here at Super Chic, and then you can design it any way that you like.
So you said, you just mentioned something interesting. You said that these are all separate businesses.
Yes, correct.
So you're basically, it's like an event space,
Right.
but you're doing it for the hit. That's genius.
Thank you.
So they each have their own salon
Right. It's their own
within
separate
the salon
business.
space.
That's their own business, their own business name and everything.
So it's almost like, you know how in some commercial spots they have office space, and then they just at least it's kind of like what James is doing. It's like a strip mall, but for different
But for
salons.
stylists, right.
Wow, that's genius.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the salon,
Yes.
and you know we're talking about cash flow on this particular channel. Now you don't have to share how much you're actually making from this, because you know, but I'm sure it's paying for itself.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah. And how important is cash flow?
Cash flow in a business is very important because it's how you maintain the business and it's how you basically eat also. So cash flow is very important. If you don't want to break even, you want to always have excess cash at the end of the month.
Absolutely.
So essentially what this is, and I love this business model, and you know, I hope you guys are picking this up. Essentially what this is a sublet, right? So if you had the owner of this building, which is James, and then he subleases or he leases this space to this particular business, and then this business decides, okay, we're going to sublet each space in order to be able to generate max revenue on, you know, on this space or on this property. That's exactly what this is. It's kind of like if you're into, let's say, Airbnbs, right? This is kind of like the Airbnb space. Probably a bad analogy, but if you're an Airbnb, but you're not the actual owner of the property, you're just leasing it.
Right.
But then you're using the space to Airbnb it out. That's how you do it. You know what I mean? So just think about that. You could think outside the box. Does it take a lot of cash and credit to be able to do something like this?
No.
No. And it pays for itself.
Yeah.
So you can do the same thing in businesses, not just in real estate. You can do the same thing in businesses as well when you think outside the box. And that's the point we're trying to make today.
That's great. Thank you.
So, is there anything else that you wanted to share?
Shanika?
No, I think that's it. We're just out, just making our way, making a name for ourselves, growing our business. And like Taisha said, you know, all of our businesses are under our parent corporation, which is FamWorks LLC.
Sounds good. Now, again, you know, they have the umbrella company, and then all of the businesses under the umbrella company. When you start thinking about opening multiple businesses, you can start thinking the same way as well. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting y'all today.
Great. Nice meeting
Nice
you.
meeting you as well. Thank you.
And I hope that, listen, again, the Platinum on social medias, make sure you contact, the Platinum is the space next door. Do you have a main social?
No, the Platinum is the main social media.
You can
right?
find the Platinum on Instagram, TikTok, and on Facebook as well.
Sounds good. Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Go to the Platinum, find them, support them, and let's keep it moving. So we're here at Montague's Plaza. This is the second location. Now you have how many properties in Raleigh right now?
4 in Raleigh, 4 commercial that are actively going, and I got some more that we're about to start on.
Got it. And this is one of your newer spots?
This is one of the newest spots. We built this about 2 years ago. Right now we got 3 operating tenants. And we've got about 4 about to start the upfits.
Got it. And now I noticed that your properties are all within a mile from each other or so?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah? Cool. So with that in mind, I definitely want to check out some of the businesses that you have going on here.
Sure.
I did get a chance to talk to one of the businesses that you recommended.
Yes.
Back over there. I love what she's doing.
Okay. The event center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. That's something else, bro, because they got an event space.
Yeah.
And then they got the salon. Keith told me it was a salon, like a salon suite type of. So it's almost like they're subleasing
right
to different businesses within the business.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that obviously helps them create cash flow, which helps you create more cash flow.
Absolutely.
But what's the benefit of owning commercial properties versus residential?
So to me, the benefit is you have more of a long-term relationship. Most of my residential tenants, whether it be retirement home or single-family housing, you know, those are 1-year leases. Most of my commercial spaces are 5 or 10-year leasing. So it's a more long-term cash flow.
Long-term cash flow locked in.
Right.
Right. And,
Yes.
and in addition to that, when you have that long-term cash flow locked in, how does that affect appreciation on the buildings?
So it allows you, when you're a landlord, to do what's called forced depreciation. And you know, if you go up on your rent or decrease some of your expenses, it forces the appreciation.
Yeah.
It makes your cash flow better and it makes your appraisals better.
Yeah. And it's easier to make a couple $1 million that way.
Absolutely.
You know, you can raise the
very
rent.
hard to do that off of a single family house, but easy to do it off of an apartment complex.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And one thing that we was talking about before we came over to this spot, you know, we was talking about some investors from all around the world. This is an international market. So
Right.
what's the importance of thinking outside of your city, outside of the United States even, when it comes to creating these partnerships?
So, I mean, if you really think about it, you know, a lot of people that are from here think that the U.S. is everything. And the U.S. is a great place. But we're only 5% of the global market. 5%.
There's money everywhere.
It's money. It's 95% more out there. So sometimes you got to go out. I've been all around China, Africa, the Middle East, and places like that. It's a lot out there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money out there, a lot of financiers out there. We just got to open our eyes and see things differently.
And when you're coming from a spot like me and you, we got a similar background. Sometimes it's hard to think outside of what we know.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when you open your mind up to, because you said something to me earlier, which it helped me to appreciate. There's guys out there who's like $2-3 million is too small of a deal.
Yeah, won't even look at stuff like that.
Won't even look at it. It got to be $100 million or more.
Right.
Right. And in that case, it just really helps you to expand your mind.
Absolutely.
You got to think bigger. Why is it important to think so big?
Because we live in a universe that's not limited. You're only limited by what you see. So you've got to think about it. Even with a seed, we talked about it when we were on the farm. You know, the seed doesn't look at itself as just a seed. The seed looks at itself as an unlimited forest. So we have to look at ourselves, if we're going to be prosperous, we have to look at ourselves as unlimited people. And if we limit ourselves, that's our fault, nobody else's. So we got to understand that.
Literally what the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve.
It can achieve, absolutely.
Right? And obviously, the bigger we think, the more it opens up everything else for us.
Absolutely.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
the bigger we think and believe. It's not just about thinking, because you can think one way one day and wake up the next day and think differently. You've got to believe that thing that you're thinking about.
That's right.
And know that it's possible for you. Not that it's just possible for somebody else, but is it possible for me? So that's what we got to do.
So I know I kind of have an answer to this, but how does someone who doesn't have the experience to think outside of their circumstances, how do they open their mind up? How do they go out and say, okay, I need to think bigger than what my circumstances are now in order for me to be able to achieve more? How does that actually work?
Well, I mean, you got it like what I do. I go and I research. All I do is research. I study all day, every day about ways to improve myself, how I can make my community better, how I can make the people that believe in me and are influenced by me, how I can get them to see the better of themselves. And when I do that, it actually opens up my mind to seeing, man, we can even do more if we do it together. And that's why I linked up with brothers like you. And so because I wanted us to figure out how we can work together and create a bigger pie.
Right.
Instead of saying, okay, how can we eat off this pie? How can we make bigger pie?
Yeah, man.
And that's why we're going around to all these different properties, so I can show you kind of what I've been working on in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And the empire I've been able to build. And so you can see what's possible.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So at the end of the day, you know, in order to think bigger, you know, one thing I want to add to that is you think bigger by surrounding yourself with big thinkers.
Right.
Right. So if you're at a certain level and you think you're doing big, then you're not doing enough, right? Because there's always somebody out there who's gonna be doing more than you.
Absolutely.
So if you walk into a room, You know, this is. I'm sure you guys have heard something like this before. If you walk into a room and you're the smartest or the richest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
In the wrong room.
Right? So you need to purposely try to be the smallest person in the room.
Absolutely.
Purposely try to invest into your mind, into yourself, into your self-development. You know, purposely try to spend money, you know, on making yourself better. A lot of us, you know, that want to get started in business, we don't think that way. We're thinking like, hey, I need to keep my money in my pocket. But in reality, you can skip the learning curve by investing into somebody or investing in the resources that can allow you to grow that much quicker. I heard somebody say it not so long ago. He said, you know, and this guy's worth, he got like $300 million in cash. He said, you know, the reason I was able to grow so quickly is because I hired a coach to do that. I hired the best coach for that, the best coach for that. He said, and then when I wanted to figure out something else, I hired the best coach. So he's willing to invest into himself. He thinks outside the box. There's so much money in this world, so much for you to be able to grasp, you know, so much for you to be able to share. You just got to be willing to get out there and get it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you want to go check out the businesses?
Yes, so 2 more on this side, and then I got another one on the other side there. We're gonna check out the first tenant, which is the tattoo shop. They moved in, about 7 months ago.
Cool.
So one moved in 1 month, one moved in 2 months, and one moved in 7 months. So I'm staggering them in, so it's not so much on me.
Sounds good, man.
This space right here is gonna actually be a bakery. She's
it's a bakery?
Yeah, she's getting her plans done right now.
This is a pretty big spot too.
Oh yeah, well it's bakery and there's gonna be a restaurant beside it.
Oh, a restaurant right next to it?
Yeah. And then on the other side here, we'll check it out. I even rented a space. That's another thing I picked up the other day. I rented this space right here to a food truck now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a food truck on every corner of the building that they don't have to do the upfit until the other restaurant gets in.
So we could call this commercial hacking.
Right.
Commercial property hacking.
Because I'm paying for the square footage of each piece of the dirt, so I might as well charge for it.
Yeah.
So wherever I can charge, not only inside the building, but outside as well.
Commercial property hacking, man. The commercial property is paid for itself, but you're utilizing every single square inch of the commercial space in order to be able to profit. There's an example of it right there. Food trucks on every corner of the property.
And also what I did on this building differently is, instead of having, like on my other buildings that you just left and another one down the street, it's a one-sided building. This is a two-sided building. So I don't have a back on this building. So I leased out the back of the space versus sometimes you just get a building with one front space. No, this time I turned around and put a parking lot on both sides.
So it's like having, let's say you were to build townhouses, split right down the middle.
Split down the middle.
Boom, man.
That way I don't have any lost space. I got premium space on both sides.
Yeah.
Because as you see, you got more cars on the back side than you do have on the front side.
Yep.
And it's because you have two sides of the space now.
Yeah, that's fire, man.
Okay.
So you got this other business right here?
Yeah, this is a tattoo shop, Santa Cruz Tattoo. He moved in a few months ago, and he's got a great upfit, you'll see.
Cool. Let's take a look at it, man.
All right. Let's make this lock, okay.
All right, so we're here in another location where this one is a tattoo parlor in Montague Plaza. We're gonna talk with Victor, who's the owner of this business here. Now he was the first tenant in there. Now how long you been here, Victor?
Actually, it's gonna be a year in December 22nd. Yeah.
December 22nd, 1 year, and yeah, so not even a year.
Not even a year.
Yeah.
Not even a year.
My daughter's birthday is December 27th.
Yeah. Yeah, December is a good month for everybody, but especially for me, just after a long process,
For sure.
it's already open,
So what made you want to open up your tattoo spot?
So I've been doing for almost 15 years, and I heard clients say when you will be opening your own shop, and I was like, soon.
Yeah.
One day I was like, I was looking actually for a spot, and that's how I met Montague, Mr. Montague, and he gave me the opportunity to open a shop, and I was like, what is it gonna be? So look right, like perfect because I live like not even like 5 minutes from here. So
Yeah.
it was perfect.
You mentioned that this is the only shop like this
Right
in the
now,
area?
yeah. So
Yeah.
far, yeah, you're the only one in this area.
So you started with training.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good stuff, man. And obviously, what's the benefits of, obviously you want to open up your own spot, but what's the benefits of having your own business?
So I would say I'm probably gonna. I mean, it's been a long, it's been a long year of journey, and my goal for me is like be better every day. But what I do.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm being focused. Besides being a owner of the shop, I want to focus actually more in my career, and of course, I about bring opportunities for my guys as well.
That's right. And that's, to me, that's one of the major benefits of it. You open up opportunities for everybody else to be able to do something else.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is, it seems like just talking to Monty, everybody's saying the same thing. I'm able to open up opportunities for other people. This is how you grow
Absolutely.
as a person, right? So what's the most exciting thing about owning your own business that you can think of?
I would say, in the industry of tattooing, I enjoy being working with people that are very talented. Because man, we got amazing artists. We got Luna on Friday, and they've been doing no longer than me, but I've been seeing and I'm trying to learn from them. And I guess that's the more important thing to me. Learn from all the artists
For
as well.
sure. For sure, man. And obviously it opens up, different levels of freedom and other things that you don't have to go to a 9 to 5 job. You don't have to work for other people. You get to work with yourself, have your own, you know what I mean? And like you say, collectively, you guys get to really build something special.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially being a Latino.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself that I'm on my own show, my own business now. I never thought that this will happen, and it's happening right now. That's the other thing that I'm so proud of myself for that.
Absolutely, man. You got the New York hat on. You from
Absolutely, yeah. No. Big supporter of the Mets.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a Yankees. I'm from Brooklyn.
Nice, yeah.
I'm a Yankees. My father's a Mets fan.
Nice, yeah. I heard that like when you wear a hat of Mets, because it's a passion. You are true fan of Mets,
For sure, man. So if our listeners want to get in contact with you, how can they do that?
Definitely, visit of Instagram page Santa Cruz Inc. And from there we got a website, and of course, you'll see my artist Instagram as well. You can, or you guys can contact from there. You got a phone number as well, so it's now these days more easy to get contact with us.
For sure. Listen, I'm gonna make sure I link all of that in the description box as well, so you guys can get in contact with them, especially if you're in Raleigh or you're in North Carolina in general. Go check out the shop for sure.
Thank you, appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Pleasure to meet you, bro. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
So we're here in Montague's Plaza, James Montague, and this is one of the spaces in the plaza right here. We have Awa. She's from Ivory Coast, West Africa, but she's been here for a while, and she opened up her own business here. Now, this is a beautiful beauty salon. But you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Thank you. So my name is Awa Harris. So I was born in Ivory Coast and raised in Ivory Coast. I'm originally from Burkina Faso. So yes, I've been here for quite a while now. And I started doing hair from home in my basement for quite a while. So now I think it's time for me to come out and spray my wings and fly, So everything you have to trust on God and have faith on God and listen.
So what made you decide to come here from Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast area? Because they're all connected. You got Nigeria, you got
Nigeria.
Burkina Faso, you got Ivory Coast.
Like I said, sometimes I call myself cocktail. You know how the cocktail are, you know, mix, match and stuff like that. My mom is from Nigeria and my dad is from Burkina Faso, and then I was born in Ivory Coast. So I call myself cocktail, you know. So it's just to have a better life that make me come over here. So yes, and thank God today my dream become real, you know, true. So, and then I have my husband is from here, he's American. A lovely husband that I love so much. He's my backbone. Beside God, he was my help. He's my help because it wasn't easy, you know. But with God, everything is possible.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, with that in mind, how long have you been in the United States at this point?
14 years now.
14 years?
14
And you ended up, is Raleigh your first stop?
No, my first stop was Denver, Colorado. Colorado. And I spent like 6 months in Denver. And after Denver, we moved down here to
Got it.
North
And
Carolina.
you've been in Raleigh ever since? Pretty much.
Yes.
And again, you started off in your basement. You wanted to open up your own salon. So what made you want to spread your wings?
Because I feel like I have so much talent, you know. So I wanted to share in my community, you know. And I was always asking God to bless me so I can be a blessing to others. That's why I was like, why not have a shop, a salon, so I can help my community?
That's right.
You know, having a big salon, I know, of course, myself, I cannot handle all that. So having other people coming to rent so they can, you know, come out, rent a spot, and every morning get up and come here and find something to do. Because every day God will bless you with your own blessing. So if you stay in home, how would you get it? Some people have the blessing, the talent, but they're so scared to come out, you know, to experiment that. But come out and, you know, God will bless you. You will have what you're looking for.
So we're talking about cash flow on this particular episode, you know, really highlighting Monty's businesses and the things that he has going on and how other people can benefit from this as well. Because you can build, especially when you have the right mindset. As far as cash flow, you're using this salon, you know, just like any other salon. I used to work in a barbershop years ago.
Okay.
So you're using this salon. When you rent these chairs, you're going to be able to gain cash flow from those chairs. The salon will pretty much pay for itself, right?
Yeah.
Got it. And if you had to provide our listeners with some advice on just getting started, thinking outside the box, what would you tell everybody?
I mean, the braiding salon has, you know, there is a lot of things that you can have, you know, just trust on yourself. God will bless you every day. The cash flow, you will have cash every day. Like ever since I opened this place, I've been having new customers like every single day. You know, being home, I will never make that money. But coming out, listen, I've been making money. Yes, I'm very grateful. Yes, every day, every day. Yes.
So if somebody is hesitant on starting their own business, or if they're hesitant on just, you know, starting a different venture in their life, should they be afraid?
You don't have to be afraid. Come on, we are so blessed that I think just throw yourself out there and God will, take you to the next level.
Just take action, right?
Yes, take action.
Just do it.
Yes, take action and do it. Don't hesitate too much. If you hesitate too much, the devil will come and mess your mind up. You will be scared to do things that you know that you can do it. With God, everything is possible. Yes, that's what I say all the time.
Now, what's the name of your place here?
My place is Braids and Locs by Hour.
Right, Braids and Locs by Hour, located in Raleigh. This is off of Rock Quarry.
Yes,
Quarry Road. How can they get in contact with you if they wanted to?
My phone number, you can call me or text me through 27 and 919-780-0388. And the location is 2718 Rockery Road, Suite 102.
Are you on social media as well?
Yes, I do have Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
Okay, perfect. How can they read? What's your handles on there? How can they get in contact?
The same name.
Same name?
Braids and Locs by Hour.
Perfect.
Yes.
Make sure you check her out.
Yes.
This is just another example of, a business within a business. And when you guys look for cash flow and you build with good people, that's how you stay in business for a long time.
And one thing too, I wanted to add it to it. Montague is very, very a good man. A man that loves everyone.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look low to anyone. I didn't know that if I come to him, he will look at me without asking me nothing. He didn't ask me what is your background, where were you born, were you able to pay what my rent or nothing. He didn't ask me about my credit level, nothing. It's just look at us and then trust us. And then from there, I was like happy. Anytime that it was tight on me or hard, a little bit harder, I just have to talk to him. And then he will understand. He's very a man of God that fear God, that can help anyone. So you can come and just be faithful and talk to him, and then it will make it happen for you.
To me, that's a great way to operate a business, especially when you're operating people's business, right? So sometimes it's not about people's backgrounds and things like that. You got people that's trying to start a business, right? You don't want to make it hard to start a new business. This is how you can stay in business for a long time, right? So if you treat people the way you would want to be treated, I was just recently talking to somebody because I'm opening up a spot in Greensboro, different type of business with my kids, and we could use the credit system and all that stuff, but the guy's like, look, the credit system is trash these days. It doesn't really tell a full picture of what the person is all about. So when you do things unorthodox in an unorthodox way, you can find some really good people that's gonna look at his other plaza. He had people there for 30 years. Why do you think they're there for 30 years? It's because he treats them the way he wants to be treated. And that's what it's all about. Just being a good person, right? And looking out for people. It's how you stay in business for a long time. So real estate is a people's business. And when you treat it like a people's business, it's how you get real results and you stay in business for a long time. I know you got a big family.
Yeah.
I got a big family.
Right.
Why is it, especially when you have a big family? First of all, what's the blessing of having a big family, man?
So, the blessing of having a big family is, getting to watch those little people grow up to be adults.
Mm-hmm.
And now, we got 6 kids, but then you turn around, now we got 10 grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
So getting to watch not only the kids grow up, but now getting to watch the grandkids grow up.
Yeah.
And to experience that, man, it's just, it makes your life more meaningful.
And when you think about family and you want to tie it into places like Montague Plaza,
Right.
or your other spaces that you have.
Hold on, this is bothering me. Bothering me, bro. Bothering me. Gotta get it, bro. Sorry about that.
So that's called taking care of your property right there.
Yeah.
But when you tie it into a place, the commercial properties you have,
Right.
What's the benefit of having these properties and having the big family? Like, how does it all tie in?
Well, first of all, they helped me take care of it. So my grandsons, I don't know if you got some of the video before, they were helping me paint at the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
My other son, he helped me do upfits here.
Yeah.
One of my sons is in college. He's learning how to be an engineer so he can help us design some of the spaces that we're going to own.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's a bartender at the ranch. So it's like, I include my family into what we're working on because these are family-owned businesses.
That's right. And as you guys know, I consider myself to be the family-oriented entrepreneur. But it's not even it is by design if you want to think about it. I'm naturally connecting with people that are family individuals.
Right.
You know what I mean? These are people that have families, and this is not by accident, or is it by accident? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't think that anything is by chance. I think everything is God ordered, and I think that we met for a reason, because I needed to enhance your life experience, and you needed to enhance mine, and we figured out a way to collaborate and do just bigger stuff together.
That's it, man. And then the families get the benefit from it.
Yeah,
That's the ultimate goal right there.
right.
I love the fact that you was just picking stuff up, man. We spoke about this a little earlier. You know, Monty's out here taking care of his property. If people see him taking care of his properties, they're gonna do the same exact thing, man.
Right.
And when you take care of what you got, other people are gonna follow suit. That's what this is all about, man.
That's it. Absolutely.
Another thing I wanted to highlight is a lot of these properties are within a mile from each other, close proximity.
Right.
Was that done on purpose?
Well, it was done on purpose because not only was there the opportunity, this is an underserved area, but this is the area that I grew up in. I mean, I literally grew up not even a mile this way in Southgate, which is the projects. So Southgate, Montague Plaza here, Statue Side, the Commerce Center, Elders Peak, everything is within the mile radius, because I wanted to have an impact, and I wanted people that grew up where I grew up at to see that somebody that looked like them could affect a positive change in their own community. And I shouldn't have to go way out to Cary or North Raleigh to do something positive. I can do it right here.
Stay where you are, man. And then you get the support of the community,
Right.
because they know you
Right.
as well, man.
Absolutely.
They want to see you win.
They want to see you win, and they want to win with you.
That's right.
That's it.
And that's exactly what you got going on here, man, which I love. You're keeping long-term tenants. You are making cash flow.
Right.
It's helping you, but it's also helping them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because they're supporting you, you supporting them
Right.
by not putting a strain on them.
Right.
You know, we just spoke to Miss Owa,
Yeah.
and she said, obviously she spoke very highly of you,
Thank you. Yes, sir.
you know, but it's because of the way you treat people, man.
I try to do the right thing, bro.
That's right, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's right, man.
Yes, sir.
So I see you at the other spot.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man.
All right.
So you said this spot right here is gonna be a transportation spot?
company, yeah.
What
Williams-
type of, is it like trucking or something? or-
Trucking, yeah.
Got it. You know, I noticed in here, and I noticed a lot of, you know, this is important for everybody to know, because when it comes to commercial properties, this one right here is purely a vacant property. It's a skeleton, right? Nothing is done. Do you put in any work into these, or do you have the tenant do all the work?
So what I do is I do the concrete. I pull the permit because I'm a general contractor, as well as I do the demising wall. But the tenant is responsible to work with the architect to design the space just like they want it. They're also responsible to pay for their plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, which saves them money in the long term, because if I did it, I would have to charge them a premium.
Right. So it's not like a residential spot where, you know, it's move-in ready.
Right.
This is roughage.
Yeah, commercial landlords don't do your move-in ready
That's
stuff.
right.
It makes no sense for us.
Now you could find commercial spaces with the drywall and already up.
Right.
Obviously, you know, that's going to save you some money, but you know, if you want a newer spot like this, or you want to design it the way that you want it, it's just going to cost a little bit more money.
Absolutely.
But it also increases the value, or yeah, I guess it would increase the value of the type of tenant that you're going to get as well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So because you know they're coming in with an investment.
Right. They got skin in the game, so they're going to make it work.
Right. Now, in addition to that, when it comes to commercial spaces, you know, you lock in these leases. Do you do personal guarantees and stuff like that on your
I
leases?
try not to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that heavy. I mean, if you can't pay, just leave.
'Cause I know a lot of people that will do it.
Yeah, oh, they will. They come
lot
after
of
you.
people ain't.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing all that. Yeah.
But again, that's just another example of treating people the way you want to be treated.
Right. Absolutely.
So again, you know, you got Elders Peak.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
That's the retirement home.
retirement home.
Yeah.
You want to go check that out?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Cool.
All right.
So this is the Commerce Center right here.
Yeah.
How did you go from your first property to the next, and you got multiple projects going on? How did that work?
So I learned with every challenge and trial. This one was the most challenging because this one was done back in 2000 or like 2001. And man, it was hard to get financing at that time. It was really hard to get financing. That was when the tech bubble first happened. You know about that? So there was no money moving. So I actually had a project and the bank had pulled the financing. So I had to pay out of pocket for the bricks, the concrete. I did the studs, these frames myself. I did the roof myself, the shingles. I did all this myself.
DIY.
DIY, and boy, it was rough.
Yeah, I bet, man.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
space this size, man.
Yeah.
You know, so what type of businesses do you normally keep in here?
So this is salon. That's a salon's a daycare here, and then it's also a juice bar on the front side. There are 2 churches on this back part right here.
Cool, man.
And I have more room for spaces here. We just don't. There's no need to have a building if you don't have the tenants for it yet.
That's right. So is that part of your strategy? You normally lock in the tenants before you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that way you can go to the bank and show that you have.
Absolutely, and they can underwrite the tenants.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they use that income.
Yeah.
They use that income from the tenant.
Yes.
To be able to help you get the loan.
Absolutely.
That's a game. So how does that actually work?
Well, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
You know, so you get a 3 to 5 year lease, and you submit that as a part of your package to the bank.
And it's easier on the financing at that point.
Absolutely.
So, you know, that's game right there. Actually, when you're looking at commercial spots, let's say you want to, before I even get into that, what if this was an existing structure? Do they work the numbers the same exact way?
Same way.
So with residential real estate, you can, let's say you wanted to buy a 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, but you only made a certain amount of money. What you could do is go to the bank and tell them I'm buying a multi-unit property. What they'll do is they'll take the income that you're considering or you're gonna perceive to get from those rental properties and add it to your income to be able to help you qualify for the loan. So it's the same exact thing with commercial real estate. You can use what you think you're gonna get from the tenants or solid leases, show it to them, and they'll count that as part of what you need in order to be able to qualify for the loan. So sometimes if you think you don't have enough income, well, really all the time, you think you don't have enough income to be able to do these types of projects, you really got to think bigger. You got to think outside the box because stuff like this exists for you to be able to do these types of deals, right?
Absolutely.
Now, you said that this was one of your toughest projects, man.
Yeah.
Why is that?
There was some mess up with the bank. I had a bank that just was not on the level when it came to doing the financing, and they actually pulled the financing, and I ended up having to pull all the money out myself.
Wow. So they didn't give you the draw that you
They didn't give me any draws.
Yeah, that's
None.
crazy.
Yeah.
So sometimes these banks, you got to watch who you're doing business with. That's another lesson, right? Because these banks will try to cheat you. They out there to get these properties from you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's exactly what they try to pull with you.
Yes.
So this is a pretty cool spot, man. You want to walk around?
Yeah.
Now this is what, your second spot that you had?
This was the second. So the first one was Statue Side, 918. This is 3303, which is, like I said, a daycare, a juice shop, beauty salon. Then I have a space over here that does like events. I'll go in there and talk to her and see if she don't mind saying a few words.
Okay. So you got basically two
buildings.
properties,
Yeah,
two
this was
buildings
that's
here.
on the front. This was on the back.
Got it. And this is the second spot that you had.
This is the second spot I had.
After the first one with the strip.
Correct.
Now the one that Montague Plaza, you know, you had that for a couple of years at this point.
Right.
How many properties did you buy before that one?
So most of those are residential. These are the first 2 commercial properties I had.
Okay. So Montague Plaza was residential.
No, honestly, I'm sorry. Statue Side. Statue Side was first. This was second. My shopping center in Greensboro was third. And then Elders Peak was fourth. And then Montague Plaza, you know what I'm saying?
Now you had one in Greensboro. You said it was by A&T?
Yeah, right across the street from A&T.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
and that was the Commerce Center of Greensboro.
Got it.
Now, I didn't keep that one because of the recession, I lost that.
So-
Bank called a note.
Let's talk about that, man. Because people think that owning real estate is all, you know, roses.
No.
You know, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, that would be a false perception.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets grimy in real estate. you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's great. I mean, obviously there's huge upside in real estate,
Yeah.
but what's some of the downsides that you've experienced?
The downside is heartbreak, man. And you end up putting a lot into a space or a lot into a business and end up not benefiting from it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get snaked by a bank or a shady business person, you know, that comes in and does not do what they say they're gonna do.
You know, what I appreciate about that is, you know, there's always gonna be downsides to every business. So if you think real estate is just easy, that's just not the case.
Not the case.
It's not the case, man. Now you
Yeah.
mentioned that you lost.
Yeah.
You said the bank called a note.
They called a note, man. 2008, they called a note. They called and said that the economy was about to do some crazy stuff. I didn't see it coming, so I thought they were just saying it, but it ended up happening. But the way they did me was so dirty, man, that don't help.
So it wasn't like you wasn't on time with your payments and stuff like that. They just called a note, dude.
They called a note and say, we need all our money right now.
Wow. And they can actually do that in commercial
They can
real
do it in
estate,
commercial real estate, yeah.
which is crazy, man. So you had to let it go. Did it affect your credit and all that stuff?
Well, I mean, it didn't affect my credit as bad. It affected my heart.
Yeah.
Because it really hurt me.
time into
I
it.
put time into that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept that shopping center from 2003 to 2008. And I put all the tenants in it. I did all the upfitting. I mean, did all that stuff, and then to turn around and have to sign it away.
Yeah.
That was painful.
The reason I'm asking about the credit stuff again is because I want people to get into the mindset of, you know, I can do this no matter what my situation is,
Yeah.
right? So if it did affect your credit because you're dealing with a bank, how do you come up out of something like that? How do you keep going? How do you keep pushing?
Well, I had to end up paying off that judgment, so it took me years to do it, but I ended up having to pay it off.
And it just took time,
It took time.
but it didn't stop you.
No. Slowed me down, but it didn't stop me.
There you go, man. What were you still? Because you go to the bank a lot for
Yeah.
capital.
Yeah. So I try to keep my credit good. I try to
Yeah.
keep my my finances together.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they want to see all that.
Package, man.
Yeah.
You know. All right, so this is the retirement home, man.
Right.
How long have you had this at this point?
22 years. It's going to be 22 years in January.
Cool, man. Now, how did you get started on this?
So this was a God-given vision and dream, and just had to keep the faith and be patient and maintain my vigilance.
It's interesting because I had an episode, a podcast on my channel regarding assisted living.
Okay.
What's the benefits owning a facility like this?
Well, to me, the benefit is, I mean, it's always quiet, and the people love being here,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely, man. And this is one that you own, or you just own the
No, I own it.
structure?
I own it.
You own it.
Yeah.
So it's a whole business within itself.
A whole business in itself. Separate LLC, separate company.
So you got the commercial aspect of it, but then you got different businesses in some of these properties as well.
Absolutely.
Right. So you're paying yourself even more cash flow.
I love it.
Absolutely.
That's what you do.
So how many units is in here?
This is our 48 units.
48
Yeah,
units?
32 one bedroom, 16 two bedrooms.
Built it from the ground up?
Yep.
Awesome, man.
Yep.
And how does the day-to-day operation work?
So I have my manager in this office here. I'm gonna introduce you to, as a matter of fact. And then I got my maintenance man. I see he's around here somewhere. So really just got a couple people. So this is our lobby area here. We got a little library over here.
Library?
Yeah, a little library where people can come and just sit, get a little quiet time,
Books.
read, relax, get outside the room. Let me show you around.
They say every successful person has a big library, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's
Absolutely.
one thing I like to take in information.
Right.
You know what I mean? But again, it's the application of the information.
That's exactly what it is. That's not
changes
taking
the game.
Absolutely. How you apply it.
I also like to be well diverse in what I read too, man. Different things, not
Right.
just business books.
Right.
Because you want to be that Renaissance man. And the best way to do that is to learn about a little bit of everything. So
Right.
you explore.
Absolutely.
So built this from the ground up.
Right.
What was the vision when you decided to put this together?
So just wanted to be a place where people could really appreciate the people that came before us, because they lived a different life than us, and they struggled and fought for our rights so that we could vote, live where we wanted to live, and kind of have the freedoms that we have. A lot of us take those freedoms for granted, and we shouldn't do that.
So what does that look like? Starting your own facility like this, what does it actually look like? How do you get financed?
It's a lot, man.
How does the cash flow work and everything like that?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
This is our community room here. This was a low-income housing tax credit deal, but this is our community room where they do choir rehearsal, family reunions, birthday parties, bingo nights. We got movie night. This is a place where they can have Thanksgiving and Christmas parties, which is what they're going to do this weekend, as a matter of fact. Then they have an area outside where they can bring their kids in and just have a good time.
Yeah.
This is our kitchen, a commercial kitchen right here. But the back area, let's look out back here so you can get an idea of what the backyard looks like.
So out of all these properties you got, man, what's your favorite one?
I mean, this is the one I really enjoy the most because it's the most fulfilling. You know, Montague Plaza, love that. It's kind of almost trying to pick between children. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? All of them are my favorite ones. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But this one here is beautiful. People come out here at nighttime and in the afternoons and drink the coffee and tea and come out here to the gazebo. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So little quiet areas away from everything. Yeah.
So you got how many units total?
This building is 48 units.
48, and if you had to add all your properties together, what would you say you got?
I don't know, so I guess 100.
Yeah, you know? 100 or so?
Yeah, but we got a lot more, and I will show you, once we go in my office, I'll show you some of the bigger projects we're working on.
Yeah, a lot of times people ask me how many units I have, and I tell them none, because I don't, especially online, you know, there's always somebody out here trying to see what you got.
That's exactly
try
right.
to get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm going through something like that right now. But, you know, a lot of times when people ask me, I tell them I don't own nothing. Or I don't know how many I got.
Right.
Because of that very reason.
That's exactly right.
You know what I mean? So, but, you know, a spot like this, the cash flow, does it work the same as if you own in, let's say, a multi-unit apartment building versus, you know, this is an actual business. Does the cash flow work the same?
It's about the same.
It's about the same.
Yeah.
Cool. So when a bank is looking at this type of deal, do they underwrite it the same exact way as they would for a regular 48-unit commercial property?
Yes.
They do. It's underwritten.
Right.
So they go by that.
It's not all for you as an individual, it's all for the income because this is like an entity of its own.
Right. I mean, they still look at your credit and stuff like that.
Right.
Because they want to make sure that you're going to be able to make the payments.
Correct.
But they're not looking at your individual income.
Right.
That's where it separates. They're
Absolutely.
looking at the property itself. So they go by the net operating income, you know, what you can profit from every single month, and, you know, how many times the rent roll and stuff like that to be able to justify the loan.
Absolutely.
Cool, man. So it took you how long to put this one together?
Took 4 years.
4 years? From start to finish to build it?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, because you had to submit for your tax credits. I got turned down the first 2 years, and then, so it was 2 years turned down, and then 2 years, about a year and a half in construction. So
okay, a year and a half in construction.
Yeah.
So 4 years, so it was really a process.
There's a process.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're just gonna find a land and
No.
You gotta qualify.
Absolutely.
Did you have to bring in any partners on this one? Or?
I did at first. Initially, I had to bring in a partner on it, but then I ended up buying the partner out. After the first, I think 15 years, I paid the partner out and left. They left, now it's just me.
Now you got a pretty substantial portfolio here in the local area. When you think about the portfolio and you think about, you know, everything that you've been able to accomplish out of this whole thing, what's been the most fulfilling for you?
I mean, just being able to be a positive influence in the community. It ain't really about the projects. It's about being here and having people know that I'm from here and being able to support me and I support them in the process. Right, man. Now you got the book. Yeah. You know, you want to talk about that? So the Hood Minted book. Yeah. Actually, this is a part of the Hood Minted book. You know, this series, you know, Hood Minted, I wrote that book about 6 months ago. Selling pretty well. And it also tells about how I actually pulled this project as well and the other ones together. So excited about that. How long did it take for you to put the book together? That took about 9 months. Yeah. I remember writing my first book, man. It took me almost a year. Yeah. And it was, a good 12, 13 chapters, man. Yeah. And I had to rewrite it and rewrite it. Yes, sir. You got to look at all that stuff. Yeah. I didn't know what I was doing, but yeah, I got through it. Yes, sir. And made it happen. Yeah. So Hood Minted, I'm going to be sure to link that in the description box. If you guys saw the farm hacking episode, you'll see that that same link in the description box of the farm hacking episode we did at James's farm as well. But Hood Minted, where did you get the name? So I got it off of my background, which is I'm from the hood, project kid, and minted meaning now that you have adjusted your mindset, now you are able to get the money to be able to do the things that you can do to benefit your community. So Hood Minted. Yeah, man. And we spoke about mindset,
We spoke about thinking bigger. We spoke about a lot of different things in this episode, man. Why is it important to just think outside of your current circumstances?
Because if you don't think outside your current circumstances, you'll be stuck where you are.
Yeah.
And that you're not really giving God room to operate in your life. Sometimes you gotta think bigger so that you can allow God to move through you to show other people that it's possible to be bigger and think bigger and do bigger things than normally you'd be able to do.
Now, I know you do a lot of partnerships. Is the ultimate goal legacy for the family? Is the ultimate goal, ownership for the family? Like
legacy for the family, but more importantly, passing down a system to the family.
Passing down a system.
Because a lot of people get stuff passed down to them and they don't know what to do with the stuff, end up losing stuff. I don't want to pass them stuff, I want to pass them a system. So that they'll be able to maintain it and then grow and thrive and flourish.
That's it, man. And this took you 30 years to build, man. For the next person, can it happen a little quicker than that?
It can happen a lot quicker.
Why is that?
Because we didn't have the internet and our access to shows like this and people like yourself. We didn't have this. I had to learn all this stuff through the trials and tribulations in the School of Hard Knocks. You don't have to do all that right now. I can go online and see all that. I can ask GPT to write me up a plan.
That's right.
And just stick to it, tweak it, and modify it, and next thing you know, I'm in business.
Absolutely, man. And do you feel like, did you have any mentors doing this?
I did. My mentor actually, John Ray and Mr. Dudley out of Greensboro, and they were into real estate, but the business acumen, I kind of took that from them.
Got it, man. And that's how you learn. That's how you grow.
Yes.
That's how you get to where you are, man. So if you had to provide our listeners with some last words of advice, what would those words be?
First of all, never give up, and to always try to improve upon what you're doing. You're not in competition with anybody else. You're only in competition with yourself. You need to be better than you were yesterday. That's the only competition that you have.
That's right, man. And how can our listeners get in contact with you?
So you can come through Instagram, which is the F7 Blackstone Ranch, or you can go through Monty's F7 on Instagram. You can link me on LinkedIn, which is James Montague, or Facebook, which is James Montague or F7 Blackstone Ranch.
Why do you call it F7?
F7 stands for faith in action.
Got it.
And as you can see, this is faith in action.
7 being a complete number.
7 being a complete number.
Love it, man. Listen, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We looked at a lot of different properties. We spoke to a lot of different business owners. This is a community effect. You got to see what James is doing, right? He's using the community, giving back to the community, allowing them to start their own businesses. You spoke to some of them today. And in turn, they keep him in business as well. They help feed his family. That's what it's all about. So when you look out for people and you do right by people, they're ultimately going to do right by you as well. So as a real estate investor, really keep that in mind, right? Treat people the way you want to be treated. Provide them with facilities you don't want to be a slumlord, right? You want to provide them with facilities that's going to allow them to flourish as, business owners in their own right. So take a book out of Monty's page. And as a matter of fact, check out his book, Hood Minted. I'm going to link it in the description box. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell. See y'all on the next one. Take care.